Good morning, students. Now today we will start the second chapter of English literature. Do you know, students, there was a time when dogs used to live in forests like wolves. They did not have masters. But there was one dog who did not like this. So he decided to find for himself a master. Let's read and find out how did the dog find himself a new master. Now before starting the chapter, let's read out some difficult words. So our first word is ill-pleased, which means not happy. Second word is kinsman, which means relative. Third word is darted, which means move quickly or you can say fast. Fourth word is come over you, which means affected you, something that has an effect on you. Fifth word is dared, which means to be brave enough to do something. Now the sixth word is cliff, which means a steep and high rock. Seventh word is fierce, which means violent or frightening, something from which you often get afraid of. Now the eighth word is take up service with, which means to become the servant of someone. Now let's start reading the story. Dogs were once their own masters, and they lived the way the wolves do. That means they lived in freedom. Until a dog was born who was not happy with his way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than him. He thought it over and over again and decided that the best thing for him to do is to become the servant of the one who was stronger than anyone on earth. So he set out to find a master. He walked and he met a kinsman of his, a big wolf, who was as strong as he was fierce. "Where are you going, dog?" the wolf asked. "I'm looking for someone to take service with. Would you like to be my master, wolf?" "I don't see why not," the wolf said. And this agreed upon, and two of them went on together. They walked, and all of a sudden the wolf lifted his nose, sniffed, and moved quickly off the path, so that he went deeper into the bushes. Looking at the wolf, the dog got surprised. "What's come over you, master? What has frightened you so?" the dog asked. "Can't you see there's a bear out there, and he might eat up both of us, you and me?" Seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to become his servant, and he left the wolf and asked the bear to become his master. The bear agreed to this and said, "Let's go and find a herd of cows. I will kill a cow and then we can both eat it." Now let's recall the story with the help of some questions. So our first question is, what sort of life did dogs live a long time ago? Yes. Dogs were once their own masters. They moved out freely like wolves. Now let's move to the question number 2. Who did he first choose as his master? Very good. The dog first chose a wolf as his master. Now let's talk about the question number 3. Why did he leave the wolf? Very good. He found the wolf was afraid of the bear, so he left the company of the wolf. Now move to the question number 4. Who did he choose next? Very good. He chose the bear to be his next master. Now let's get back and see what happened next. They walked on and soon they saw a herd of cows, but just as they were about to hunt them, they were stopped by a terrible noise. The cows started mooing loudly and running in panic in all directions. The bear looked out from behind a tree, and then he too ran quickly deeper into the forest. Now the dog asked, "Why did I have to come here?" He replied, "It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts." The lion? Who's he? Don't you know? He's the strongest beast on earth. Well, then I will say goodbye to you. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. And the dog went to the lion and asked him to be his master. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him for a long time. It was a good life for him, as he had nothing to complain of. No one dared to touch the dog or offend him. But one day, two of them were walking side by side, when all of a sudden the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such a force that a hole formed there. Then he began to move back quietly. "What is it, master? Is anything wrong?" the dog asked the lion. "I smell a man coming this way. We would better run or we will be in trouble." "Oh, well, then I will say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." And the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long, long ago, but to this day, the dog is the man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. Now that's how the dog finds himself a master. Now before ending the video, let's discuss few questions. So my question number 1 is, whom did he finally choose as his master? Very good. He finally chose man as his master. Similarly, move to the question number 2. From whom the bear was afraid of? Yes, the bear was afraid of the lion. Now move to the question number 3. Why did he choose man as his master? Very good. Because man is the most powerful creature on the earth. Even the lion was afraid of the man, so he finally chose man as his master. So I hope that you will understand this chapter very well. Thank you.